Welcome, and here we're looking at the S&P 500 on a daily chart, just to have a look at the bigger picture through here. And the way we see this is a wave 4 retracement level from the lower level of wave 2 here up through to here. So we'll be looking at this particular 38.2 retracement level here. But the other thing too that we need to point out is the wave 4 of one lesser degree, which would be just in here. So if we move that there, that's kind of what we'd be sort of looking at as such. The wave 4 typically breaks the trend line through here as well, so we can expect that to be broken. In terms of the move down into this zone here, we'd be looking at sort of an ABC correction as such, like this. And then wave 4s can get a bit more complicated, but once that's finished, then we'll see another move to the upside here. So within this move through here, this leg through here will be in 5 waves, and that's what we're looking at now. If I can just squash that in there, just to give you a bit of an idea, that 5-wave structure there is what we're looking at. And we have the first move down through here, and we're looking at wave 2 moving back at this point here. So if we just look at that on the intraday level here, this first move down through here would be the wave 1, and we're looking for wave 2. Now wave 2 could already be in place, but I do think that that we've got a wave 2 to here. Now wave 2 also pulls back 61.8% of the move down from the wave 1 through here. I mean, that's just textbook sort of stuff here. What we look at, of course, are the numbers over here, the closest, largest numbers, and also where the supply levels are over here in terms of volume. You can normally recognize those in how much price action or how much pattern was in a particular area close to the number there. So sorry, this is the Dow Jones too. I started on the S&P 500 and went to the Dow, but the same picture. So for the Dow here, the 15,300 here is very important because it's the top of minor group 1 as well. So support here would lift the market further up. But you know, even if we're wrong with that big wave 4 that I just mentioned, we would still see this play out through here as support or resistance. So we'd need to, the move, the supply coming in for the sellers, the demand coming in for the buyers, or stops being taken out and so forth. Then this is a game of supply and demand, where this moves up and checks the supply through here and then back for the demand. So the balance line is the 300. Once that becomes the resistance, then we would see a move down. Now the 15,200, the 200 is a pivot within group 1. Once that becomes the retested resistance, you can pretty much be assured that we'll be down at the 15,000, and normally the distance above is normally the distance below the closest, largest number, so we can expect that to move down further through there. This is still the wave 2 that we're looking at through here, and the retracement back up just on the 1-hour chart, and we're looking at this as, yes, it can be wave 2 into play through here, and that's done and dusted. The 61.8 is a little bit higher through here, so we can look at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave in 5 waves for that move there. Normally there's a relationship between the wave A here and the wave C, so we can look at that there, and that comes in pretty much at the 5-4, the 61.8 retracement level as such through there. So that's what we'll be looking at. In the US, we've got the Memorial Day, which is the old decoration day for soldiers in the US forces. So there's a holiday for the US on the Monday, and there's also a holiday for the US too, a banking holiday for the UK as well. So looking at the US 30 a little bit closer here, this would be the ABC correction that we're just looking at through there. It is possible, like I said, that wave 2 here could already be in play here, because we do have a corrective pattern through here, and that would be the A, the B wave to here, and then the C wave would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it could be completed, but we should take this as a B wave here. And looking for a C wave to move up through here, into the 61.8 retracement level up into here as well. So yeah, and the same with the S&P 500 as well, except it's we've got playing out across the medium level here, 1650, and we're looking for 3 swings here and then to the downside, and I've got that up a little bit higher through there as well. The same thing here, the A, the B and the C. If you find the 1650 has retested resistance, then start building in a short position. The wave 3 down through here will be longer than the wave 1 through here. So we're looking at a larger 5-wave structure to the downside in terms of it would be something like the 1, the 2, 3, probably a bit longer actually, but the 4 and the 1600 and the 5 like that. Then we'll get the A, the B and the C coming back up, may even test this area up through here. Once that's done and dusted, then we'll see that will be the A wave, the B wave and the C wave down further. So that's how that pans out, and this is just it here as well. I've done this one here on the 15-minute chart, and the reason for this is that it may stay lower than expected. So instead of moving all the way up to 1665 and 1672, the group 2 area through here, it may just come up to 56 or 58 through here, same level here. So it may just fail at this point. And so if that was the case, then this sort of pattern through here would be the trigger to short through there if you needed a bit of guidance there. The same for the European markets as well. Well, they're kind of lagging a little bit really. This is the UK market here, and I was thinking that this was the low of wave 1 here, but it kind of counts better with a 5-wave price action down through to here. So just drilling into that there a little bit closer. That's the DAX, so that's no good. Let me just have a little look here. Sorry about this. Yeah, so in this 5-wave structure here for the Dow, we've got the 5 waves here. So we could call this, wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and then moving to the downside. But this sort of slow, laborious pattern through here is a sort of typical wave 4 scenario. So, we've got to call this in for wave 5 here, wave 1 here. So the norm here can come back up to 61.8%. The reality is, though, that this is block supply 1. Yeah, in here, all this price action, and then obviously the other block is secondary block is this one here, which is normally the 61.8. This is normally the 40 and the 60 up through here. So we just need to see how this travels through here. Yeah. But when you're shorting something, if it comes up here and finds support, that's fine. If it moves further up to here, then finds the 50 midpoint here as the resistance through here, then you'd go to short it from that point. So you're basically looking for a poke higher, finding supply, then a number to work with, as a retested resistance. So, always look for the high first and allow the high to fall into place. Look for 5 waves down, 3 waves back up. Look for the closest, largest number and understand that exact price point that you're working from, and then short from that point, and you know where to put your stop at that stage there. So the FTSE does seem to be lagging a little bit through there. The Australian market has obviously fallen out of bed. So if we just have a look at that through here, the strong move down through here, if I just put that the 5,000 in place there, because this will be a correction that will unfold from the using the 5,000 as the balance point. So we'd be looking for something something like this here in terms of tracking the US indices as well. So basically an A and a B and a C pattern across here. This is the the first high above the level as such, so we can expect that. So as you can see in here as well, we're obviously in front of the US markets in as such, in terms of the current move unwinding, so to speak. The US markets haven't had this fall here just yet, and the Australian markets can be a really good indicator. And what I mean by that is that we've mentioned this before. It's the Australian dollar that's the sort of the leader, and then then our market will follow, and then the US markets and the other markets come in. It's happened quite a few times, and it's good to sort of note these things and work with them, and as they unfold, we get to understand them a little bit better. But certainly, this little move down through here as wave one is what we're looking for the US, and then the wave two coming back. But our market has already had this here, so when we come and have a look at this here, we're kind of way ahead of the curve really, because we had our first move down some time ago from the 52.50 area through here, then the wave two back, and then we've got a little 5-wave sequence here. I've taken this as 5 waves from here and not really worried about that spike there too much in terms of the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4 sideways, and 5 here, wave 2 here, wave 3 here, 4 here, and 5 here. So we're looking for a little bit like the Australian dollar, but that's matured a little bit further in terms of if we had a 3-wave swing, then the Australian dollar is just done the first one, looking for the low of the second, and then going up for the third, and then rolling over. So here we're just starting. The 38.2 retracement level is back up at the 50.50 area through here. So that's where we'd sort of expect this to move to. The wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, however, is much higher through here. So we just need to be mindful that we are working with a large number here. There's going to be large orders sitting on for both sides here. So it can really act like a bit of a magnet once it sort of settles a little bit. So we're expecting some sort of rally through here. It's just in this 10-minute chart here, we can see the last little 5 waves down here nicely. And what we can see here is we can see a little 5-wave structure in here as an impulse wave. So we can call that wave 1, wave 2. This will be wave 3 here, with the third of the third, the strongest in here, the little 4th wave here, and the little 5th wave here. So we can see 5 waves developing up through here. So after 5 waves, we get an ABC correction, and then we get another 5 up. So we can expect to retest that high there. So just need to keep an eye on short positions as well, give them a bit of room to move, so to speak. Right, let's have a look at commodities. Just going to start with gold here, and as you know, on the daily chart here, we've what's in our wave 4 sort of roll over through here, and we're looking for 5 waves to the downside. And in this 5 waves to the downside, we've got a nice strong 3rd wave in the middle here, so we're thinking of wave 4 in here. We know that the 1400 here is a reasonable resistance point through here, so we're just seeing the market retest that for the second time. In terms of this little pattern through here on the 1-hour chart here. So from the low down through here, we understand that we do have a corrective pattern, because we've got a 5-wave structure here coming up for the A wave, the B, and the C. So that makes that a 3-wave structure. So we know that whatever occurs over here, it's corrective. We could call this in 2 ways here. First of all, the move down through here, we could call this wave 1, and wave 2 back to this point here, because we do have an A and a B and a C here, a nice 3-wave structure as such, okay? But the market would have to stay below this and basically work lower through here as such. But this pattern, well, that's fine. That can be down for 1, and A and B and C back for 2 here, not taking that out, and so on. But this just appears to me a little bit sort of bullish corrective. So we can get another little push up here. That's what I'm trying to say, and it would work out in terms of a larger correction in terms of an ABC for the A wave up here, down for the B wave, and 5 waves up for the C wave up through here, which would be the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, but the 4 would be over here, and the 5 up through here. So another little push up through here. The thing is too is that all the markets are in a little bit of fear mode at the moment, so we can really see some correlation working out through here as well. So the gold is likely to follow the indices, and looking at the US indices, we're expecting that wave 2 rally to sort of complete and then move to the downside, and we would expect gold to do that as well. And we also expect that for copper as well. With the copper market here, just on the 2-hour chart and just staying in a small space here in intraday here. From this current high we've got here, we do have a clean 5-wave structure to the downside. So we would be looking at this as down for wave 1 or the A wave, not that it matters just yet, but any sort of corrective pattern through here or being corrective in wave 2 and B here. So that can obviously just drop straight from that point here as such and continue to move down there. Or we could see a little wave C here in terms of an A and a B and a C through here. But at some point that 330 should become the resistance and we'll see a move come down further through here. Now this is important because when we look at BHP for Australia, as you know, we've been looking at a 5-wave daily chart, 5-wave structure to the upside, and we'll be looking for an A and a B and a C for the downside, and then a move to the upside. So we just need to, we knew this as well, expect it to happen, and it's sort of happening. So expect a corrective pattern. Where will it go to? Well, the textbook thing is the 61.8 retracement level. So, it can come back into the 32.50, 32 here, area through here. But I think we just sort of, just allow it to unfold and mature. So once it matures, the more it matures, the more that we'll recognize about it, and then we can also have a look at the volume as well and see what's supporting it. So there could be a setup coming for the long side in here, but obviously not just yet. Let's have a little look at BHP overnight. New York BHP. Okay, so slightly up overnight, not a great deal. So not a lot of movement there. But it's not sold off strongly. That's the point that needs to be taken on board today. The banking sector in the US is doing all the right things. However, we're at 53 here. 53 is the top of minor group 1. So, we can expect some type of correction across here because 3 is a reasonably strong number after 1 is strongest, 5, then 8, then 3. Top of group 1, it just needs to unwind its wave 4 there. So we're not going to see much support from the banking sector. That's the other point that we need to make. And if you're trading banks long, well then allow this wave 4 to mature through here before we see further upside there as well. The oil market. Okay, we've got the daily chart here. We're still looking for this E wave to move down through here as wave B here. So we're looking for a little 5-wave structure down through here, and that's not complete just yet. So on the 4-hour chart here, we're looking down for 1, back for 2, down for 3, back for 4. And wave 4s can get a bit messy and complicated. They're not simple like wave 2s most of the time. So we're still expecting a move down. How far will it move down? Well, there's always support at 1, 2 and 3 here. And of course the 90 here, so we just expect it to take that low out there at least. It'll move down through here and then further upside for that market there. Just wanted to, while we're here, with the commodity section as well, this is the DJ Ubs Commodity Index, which includes all the commodities as such. But what I wanted to point out here, I won't look at the bigger picture, we've seen that before, but just looking at this sort of structure through here, this is down for 1 here, back for 2. This is still the 3rd wave unfolding here, but also the important thing here that I wanted to point out is that this little move through here is in 3 waves. It's really quite sort of easy to see. So that 3, because that's a corrective wave, no matter what happens in this next section, and it may well be a triangle or whatever, but once it's complete, it will move to the downside. That's that. This move from here down to here is also in 3 waves as well through here. So that's corrective as well through there. So technically we should get a little push up through there, but it's I can see that it's really struggling in amongst here, making itself very top heavy. So you know, it may not get all the way up through there, and it may end up being a triangle, because a triangle's in got 5 waves, the 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 through here, and then down. It goes down because it came in this direction, and if it's corrective then it will continue in that direction. It's a continuation pattern. So anyway, we'll see how that goes, but that's the bearish connotation there as well. So when we have a look at copper on the LME, for instance, here, you know, we've also had that that triangle pattern through here as well, as you know, that we've been working through in 5 waves as such. The all in 3 waves, the A, the B, the C, the D and the E, the 5 waves, and we're moving down through here. So, but what I wanted to point out here is that you can see that this has moved up quite strong through here, and, you know, retraced back. But I think now that it hasn't continued to move up, it will be kind of struggling a bit through here. That's not the 72 that I wanted to put through here, but this 7,200 through here is where this is going to play out through here. So we'll see more corrective pattern through here. But if that 72 becomes the retested resistance through here, then we'll be seeing further downside from that point there. So it is about the 7,200 at this point here, and we'll just keep an eye on that and watch that play out either as support or resistance here, and then that will give us further direction for the materials sector as such. Alrighty, let's have a look at US dollar and euro and Australian dollar. Okay, for the US dollar being a catalyst for many other markets as well, we've got a more mature wave 4 correction here now in terms of the A, the B and the C through here. So let's just see if we get a push up through here. A push up through here, of course, will see lower indices, and of course lower euro as well, as we're expecting. So the euro is also going through a wave 4 correction as well. So it can be finished as well. So we really do need to see that sort of push up from here in the next few sessions, and that's what we'd be expecting, and pretty much spot on with this anyway, because we can see that we've got wave 1, wave 2 and the whole 3rd wave here. So we know that wave 4s can get a bit complicated, so we may get a spike down through here before we see a further upside. You know, we may see some more complication within here, but we are looking for it to move up through there, and obviously that's going to push the indices down, and also gold's going to follow the indices, and the base metals are going to be there as well, with a higher dollar is going to put pressure on those you know, and also the euro as well. So when we're looking at the euro here, we've been looking for a wave 4 here. We were looking at this being the A, the B and the C for wave 4, but I think it's best to look at this. It still can be with a wave 4 here and down for 1 and back for 2 here and then down for 3, but it's pulled a fair way up. So it's probably best if we count this as an A and a B and a C for wave 4 through to here, and still looking for the wave 5 to move down through here. So in looking at that a little bit closer through here, that's how we've sort of labelled it here. But you know, it could still be down for 1 and back for 2 here, but let's just see how we go here. I find what's interesting about this little move down through here, we're still on the 1 hour here, is that we do appear to have a little 5-wave structure through here, and if that's the case, then we'll see a little rally back up into this area through here, and then we'll see it move down here. So we may have the beginnings of it started already. So if I just go into a smaller time frame here in 5 minutes and just have a bit of a look at this. So from this high here, we've got the 1, the 2, the 3, the ABC for the 4th here, and then down for the 5th here in 5 waves, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll look at some sort of correction here. The 61.8 retracement level for this would be well, just in here, pretty much the normal, really, the 50 here, and also the beginning of group 2 here. So yeah, so just allow this to play out through here, and Yeah, the idea in terms of shorting those that, if support is found on top of group 1 here, the subgroup 1, 3 here, then we can expect it to go to the midpoint, okay? So if it goes to the midpoint and just pushes up above it like it did here, like pushes up through here and then comes back down and finds the 50 as resistance, then you can short it from that point there. If it moves up through here and then moves up higher through here, and if it moves up above the 72 here or the 65, moves higher and then locks under these guys here, then you'll short it from there. So what I'm sort of saying first is that you really want to see a move above a level first, then find resistance on it, rather than just shorting it straight from that point there. So if you miss all that, then the 129 is where you'd pick the short up from that point, because you'd see 5 down, 3 up, and then the next leg down. Or you can get it from the 129.20 here, because normally when that becomes the resistance, especially on the second, third time round, then you'll see it down lower. The the Australian dollar still pretty much in the same wave 4 that we've been looking at through here. The wave 4 here, the 38.2 retracement level is back up around the 98 through here. So we're looking at this as the A, the B and the C wave moving up through here. So let's have a closer look in this. But once that's done and dusted, then we'll see further downside, coming into the 95 area through here. So this is a 30-minute chart through here, just zooming in a little bit closer. So we've got the A, the B and the C here coming back up to the 98 area through here. The A wave can have some sort of equality in length to the C wave here. That's why I've just drawn it to there as such. The B wave here is normally in 3 waves. So if we go through that reasonably carefully, we can see from this low point here to this high point here, there's 5 waves in there. If you have trouble working them out, you always can identify the third wave anyway. So that's the third wave. So we know that that's 1 and 2 in here, and that's 3 and 4 in here. Wave 1 and wave 5 will be the same length if wave 3's got the extension in it. So we can look at this as being the A wave down through to here. And we can look at all of this as the B wave here. And then we'll be looking at the C wave down through here. So the C wave would be in 5 waves, the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. So I've just pulled that into here to complete the B wave to here, and then the move up in 5 waves up through here. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.